Hi, I'm Jane with Jane Barnes Interiors and BB&R Design Build. I want to tell you about a project that we recently completed in Princeton for a fun family of 5 who had a space that was functional, but it wasn't beautiful. They had some choking spots within the kitchen, so it was really hard to get around. They also didn't have effective storage for all of the coats and the hats, and they also wanted to incorporate a washer and dryer into their mudroom area. So the other challenge for this space was that they have existing beams in some adjacent spaces within the house, and they really wanted to find a way to incorporate those beams into this space. So we did some really cool things within this space. In the mudroom, we did a really fun encaustic tile on the floor that has some blues, has some browns, and we incorporated that blue into the cabinetry color. So it really gives us this light, bright, fun feeling with a stained bench seat, which is functional, but also helps to break up the blue of the cabinetry. Added a sink for them, undermount, stainless steel sink with a beautiful faucet and this great light fixture above it, and a quartz countertop. So it's fantastic to have a sink next to a washer and dryer. They also happen to have some farm animals, so that was a really useful thing to have the water accessible to the exterior door and the mudroom there as well. And then we incorporated their washer and dryer into the space with additional storage. So it's functional, it's beautiful, it stores all of the things, and it's light, it's bright, and it's really fun. So one of the things for this project that the clients really wanted to incorporate was they have these very cool beams in the adjacent spaces of the house. It took some work, but we were able to incorporate 2 beautiful beams in the ceiling. They happen to be faux beams, but no one would ever know it because they're done in a beautiful wood tone finish that matches the hood above the stove. So the hood has that beautiful curvature of the lines, creates that architectural focal point for the space, but is complemented by the beams above it done in the same wood finish. So I just love the way that turned out. The cabinetry was done in 2 varying shades of a gray, but they're really more of a warm toned gray. So a deeper tone on the island and a lighter gray tone on the surrounding spaces. So to incorporate the warmth of the wood tone in the beam and the hood and the warmth of the gray in the island and the cabinetry, I opted for a beautiful surrounding tile done in a Siberian Pearl Marble. So it has some of the gray, it has some of the warmth, it really incorporates everything in a lovely, lovely way. And the accent tile is done in a herringbone pattern, and that's carried up to the ceiling. So it really helps to, accent the architectural element of the hood in the space. So now there's fantastic seating for 5 because there's 5 family members. We incorporated a built-in banquette at the end of this expansive island. So that gave them the additional storage and the seating area that they really wanted to have as an integral part of this kitchen. They have a formal dining room, but as a family, they like to sit down and enjoy meals at a table as opposed to just casual meals at the island. So the banquette seating at the end of the island was a really great solution to a long linear space. We had length, but we didn't have depth. And at the end of the island, we were also able to add a beverage fridge there too. So it's pretty easy if you're sitting at the table and you want another beverage, you just open up the fridge right there. The light fixture above the table is really beautiful. It is a modern take on a classic New England lantern style, and the size of it really balances out the dome light fixtures above the island. So they really balance each other out well, but they identify each space as its own space with its own function, but when you put them all together, they work beautifully. We opted to keep the kitchen sink in front of the window because anybody that has to do dishes knows that it's always better to do it when you're able to look outside, and this family is able to look out at their beautiful pool area. The faucet's done in a black stainless steel, which is really cool. So it kind of has like an industrial sort of feel to it, and that black stainless steel coordinates with the hardware on all of the cabinetry and pulls. And in this space, I opted to do all pulls on the space. I love the look of it. It gives it a very clean look with without having pulls and knobs on various pieces within a kitchen. But it's also ADA compliant, which is a fun thing I like to sneak in when it makes sense and you know, serves the purpose of the family beautifully. So I love the way it turned out. So if you'd like to see more projects and more design details, stay tuned and give us a follow.